Ms. Lo, is it the understanding between you and Ms. van den Heever that if we need to roll over to the next day, we won't run into diary issues that Ms. van Heerden had not prepared for that?
Exactly, Commissioner Baloyi, and hence I express his date of appearance as from the 1st. So the agreement is the 1st and succeeding days as much as are required in that week.
I must insist, Ms. van der Heever, I've asked a direct question. Let's stop this going around. I'm not asking you about being advised by somebody, being told you're right or wrong. And I haven't yet expressed a view that you're wrong, by the way. I'm not saying your position is wrong, right? I'm still at the point where I want to understand the position. And it is a yes or no kind of question. You have motivated, you have argued, and you don't need to do that any further. I'm now at a point where I want to understand, is the position that until you have the IDEC material, Mr. Matlala will not file a statement and Mr. Matlala will not testify? The answer is a yes or no.
My instructions are that we will file a statement as soon as possible.
What is your answer to my question?
I've told you, Commissioner.
So you will file a statement even if you do not have the IDEC material?
That is my instructions at this point.
Okay, that you will file the statement.
I got instructions from my attorney to deal with it.
Thank you, thank you.
The banks in Nigeria are owned by black Nigerians. They own properties. Nigerians in that entertainment industry, they are not competing with South Africa. They are competing with America. When you see a Nigerian artist, when you see a music video of a Nigerian, you will mistaken it for Americans. They are moving. You are busy with machete here. People are working on themselves. People are beginning to appreciate that there is nothing better about America. Africa is more beautiful and more richer than America. Even here in Africa, we can do it. There are no borders in South Africa, in Africa. There are no borders. Some of you say, no, President, leave this thing of borders. The other one even sent me a message that, President, can we get a secret ballot on borders? If you are not a dictator, make us members to vote if we want borders or not. But the reality is, there are no borders. You want me to give you a ballot paper to vote on whether you want imperialism or not. Yet you joined an anti-imperialist organization. Everything that reflects imperialism, we reject it in totality. We don't want to see it. We can't vote about that. It's not open for discussion. There are no borders in Africa. These borders were imposed by imperialism. And we're not going to recognize them. These are our neighbors. What divides us is
EFF President Julius Malema's message to Matthew Chaskelson.
Today, they are desperately looking for us at Madlanga Commission. They try all types of things. Hey, you will never find us. We are not at Madlanga Commission. We are at Marikana. Catch us if you can. You cannot find us where there is corruption. That Chaskelson is desperately looking for EFF, and for sure, even in the computers, when they take the SMSs and WhatsApps of people, they type EFF so that it can come up. That's why EFF came up in one SMS, but they spoke about it for more than 10 days. Go and ask How much was that 10 days where you were desperately wanting to put the EFF in corruption that is non-existent? We fight corruption everywhere. So I know the ecosystem of this country, who does what, where, and how, including those who sell drugs. When I take over, I know which area to go. I will never sell soldiers to Western Cape to go and fetch drugs. There is no single factory in Western Cape that manufacture drugs. Those are the consumers. All drugs are being produced in Gauteng and get distributed outside. That's why you send the soldiers with so much money to go and stop drugs in Western Cape. Till today, they never gave you any drug bust that is big for 2 million rands, nothing. What happened when you send the soldiers to Western Cape? The supplier stopped supplying. That's why those Western Cape people started smoking the dangerous drugs, the most useless things, because there was no supply. None of those soldiers found a factory in the Western Cape. You live where drugs are. You go and look for them somewhere. What's that?
But I'm still struggling in my mind. Why is Khan being called? Because I always try to just pay attention to hear, okay, what is the issue here, so that even when Khan comes, we should be ready, prepared, and all of that. I still can't find anything that suggests of anything that is different from what we have been listening to. So I don't think there is a basis for those two names to be called and occupy a space which could be occupied by someone who's helpful.